Hello everyone, I'm Besalia14. I haven't done this in a while, but here's a list of 12 Fortune Fabric mods I found recently that caught my interest. You can find all of these mods in the description below. Check the title cards for each mod supported version and mod loader required. And before we get into this video, a word from our sponsor. Opera GX is one of the most popular and versatile browsers available right now. The new GX mod section gives users the ability to customize their browsers even further. For instance, mods such as Blockified changes the background of sidebar applications such as Discord. There are also subtle changes such as unique typing sounds and many others. If you want to go wild with it, there are shaders such as Lofi Chill that completely changes how the browser looks. And if you want to customize your wallpapers, you can find a list of them in Opera add-ons page. One of the most appealing features of this browser to me is the GX control function. When you're playing resource-intensive mod packs, you definitely don't want your browser to take up unnecessary resources. So just take a look at what a simple click in Opera GX does to optimize your RAM and CPU usage compared to other browsers. Now, if you're considering moving over from your old browser to Opera GX, you don't have to worry about setting up bookmarks and other things all over again, because Opera GX provides a tool that instantly imports all of your settings from your previous browser to Opera GX. It's also compatible with all Google Chrome extensions. So yeah, click the link in the description below to download Opera GX today. And thank you Opera GX for sponsoring this video. Alright, so the first mod that we have is Isles of Berk. This mod contains dragons and mythical creatures from the movie How to Train Your Dragon. As you can see, the creatures have really amazing models, textures and animations. Some of them may look rather harmless, but be careful if you're around these guys, cause they're usually not friendly. You may find yourself in trouble even with netherite armor equipped. With that being said, all the creatures can be tamed and ridden. You can learn more about what conditions you need to be in and the items you need in order to tame each one of them in the wiki. The second mod that we have is Female Villagers. This mod adds female variations to villager types. They have different models and voice lines. It also affects villager breeding since you now need a female and male variant for villagers to breed. By default, this mod also makes villagers put their hands down and walk like players, which feels quite weird to me, but luckily everything's configurable so you can disable different changes fairly easily. After that, we have Mini Effect. This mod simply makes it so that multiple potion effects will now display as one icon in the inventory tab instead of separately. FeyWild has been around for a while now, but it's only been recently ported to the latest version of Minecraft. It's an expansive mod that adds many new creatures, quests, bosses, and even dimension into the game. To get started with this mod, the mod provides you with a lexicon guidebook on spawn. The main goal of this mod is to create these goddess statues, so you can obtain the items required to summon the Fays. There are 4 different variations of Fays, and each one will give you a different quest line to go through.
Where am I? Who are you? Are you tasty?
The quest ranges from crafting items or making sheep fly. You can also use these scrolls to summon powerful creatures such as the Ant or the Fey Queens. There's also a custom-made dimension with 4 stunning biomes. These biomes are a little bit empty right now, but new contents will be added in the future. Coming up next is Hit Detection. This mod simply shows you where you're getting damaged from. This feature is very common in most FPS games, so I got used to it quite quickly, but you can also customize the effects if you find it too intrusive. Mob Compack adds a few add-on creatures to biomods such as Bombs of Plenty. One of the creatures, Crystallian Slimes, spawns in crystal cabins. On death it drops Rose Cross Shards and Rose Gel Balls, which can be used to craft new decorative and functional block types. The Jawbreaker, on the other hand, is a very hostile creature that spawns in Visual Heap biome. It has a charge attack that deals massive amounts of damage. Luckily, you can stun it with a shield during the charge. Upon death, it drops its teeth, which can be crafted into useful items like this. The next mod that we have is Unusual Prehistory. This mod adds a few very high quality prehistoric creatures into the game. Now, out of all the recent dinosaur mods that I've seen, I'm quite confident that this is the best one out of them all. The creatures have outstanding models and textures, along with unique animations and attack patterns. The mod is also fairly easy to get into. There is a guidebook teaching you step by step on how you can revive these creatures. Moving on to fabric mods, the first one that we have is footprint particles. This mod simply adds a trail of footprints into the game. By default, only selected few creatures have the footprint effect, but with this mod's customizability, you can pretty much add any creature that you like into the list. You can also adjust how the footprints should be for each creature. Personally, I recommend setting the footprint lifetime longer so you can actually use it to track animals or other players. The second fabric mod that we have is chunk fade in. This mod simply makes chunks fade in instead of popping in abruptly. Its compatibility with iris and other shaders is a huge plus in my opinion. The third mod, ScreenFX, gives players the ability to customize how some effects are displayed in-game. Usually you can only either disable or enable these effects, and this mod provides a nice middle ground for people like me. Next up, we have Spontaneous Replace. This mod adds a few items and new variations of spiders. The new spiders have unique models and animations, and there are related block items added to the game as well. The other new items added can be crafted with alloy, which is a new system created to make copper slightly more useful. Alright, so the last mod that we have is Essential GUI. This mod adds a ton of new information tabs into your game. If you're someone who doesn't like to have your GUI cluttered, you can disable all of them in the config menu and re-enable them one by one. This is most likely one of the most comprehensive info mods available right now. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.